It's always a wonderful time we can come together and worship. And we've had worship this evening. So we want to thank the spot. We want to encourage you young people in what you're doing. And to continue to doing it. I enjoyed the discussion. So I think sometimes we do not have that level of transparency in our Christianity. We continue to walk along, and the only time we really look at the area of transparency is when we fall. And then we wonder, oh, I didn't know that was going on. And many of us are struggling along the way in our Christianity. And I want it to be said of all of us that whatever you're struggling with, remember this, we are all under the same microscope. No one is above anyone else. And for the young people, I want you to know that they won't tell you, but the older people are struggling just as much as you are. They're just better at hiding it.
Mercy.
And that's the sad part, because if we were a little bit more transparent, then we could reach out to one another and support each other along the way. Simple illustration I'll give you. Christian lifestyle we're speaking about, and how our lives can affect others, is while I was working with a bunch of guys in an environment where, you know, 4-letter words in a northern language, and you had to worry about your Christianity on and off. And there was one gentleman that was there every day, and anytime he got an opportunity, he would make a joke, and it would always be an off-color joke about my color or my ethnicity or something of that nature. Whenever I was in the group, he would make sure to remind people that I was the black guy in the group. But I never hit back. Now, back in the day, I would never put up with something like that. But now you're following God, and you've got to get tough-skinned. And he would continue to go on until one day something happened, and he needed help. And he asked everybody else for help, and nobody would help him. And he had to come to me to ask me for help. And he came over, and he asked me, he needed a ride to go somewhere to get his vehicle. And I looked at him and I said, sure. And the first thing he said, really? I said, sure. And when we were driving along, he turned to me and he said, why did you say yes? I am so mean to you. I never treat you nice. You know, I asked all the other guys and nobody helped me. And you were the only one that helped me. And my answer to him was simple, because you were in need. From that day forward, he became my best friend. Anything I wanted, he was there for me. Now, I could have given him what he had given me. But you see, I have been forgiven much. So the little that I got from him was nothing. And we believe that God gives us divine appointments that we can shine. Let our light shine. So at that time was my opportunity to shine and to plant that seed. Now, I don't know what will happen. But I pray that one day we'll be walking on streets of gold and I'll turn and he'll be standing beside me. And he'll say, you know, on that day you made a difference in my life. I don't know what divine appointment you'll have in your life, who you will meet, or who you will encounter. But let your light shine. And you will make a difference in someone's life, in your Christian life. We want to thank you, each and every one, for coming this evening, for the blessing that we've had, for the time in worship. I want to remind you there's a time when we won't have to worry about ending worship. We'll be worshiping all the way into eternity. But until then, we have to say goodnight at this time. So we're going to have a prayer, a circle of prayer. So I ask everyone to